You started using all
Welcome
your...
to Poppy's Poetry Corner. We finally made it to the time where rhythm and blues meets poetry and rhyme. Yep, we on the corner where it's safe to fire up your marijuana. But this room about to get hot as the summer, so you might need something chill like a glass of wine. Water does me just fine. Whatever relaxes your mind and help you recline after what might have been a hump day at work. Put yourself first. Where here nothing has to be rehearsed. Let me put it in reverse. The corner we back to is brought to you by Faith and Hustle. So it's some big hitters in this room, and it's okay to flex your muscle. Because we locked and loaded and heavily potent. Nothing corroded about our brain waves. Going back in the days where you could simply walk to the corner to find your muse. Or peep out the latest groove. We about to let the energy fill the room so it might get a little wet. Or fill you up till you get so high. Because around here, we get praise when your stuff is fire. So let us begin. Welcome to the corner, my friends.
Mother, mother, there's too many of you crying for sons that will never return home due to being tried and convicted of being a black man. The charges that they were born with seem to carry a mandatory sentence of death that is quickly carried out by a modern-day lynch mob known today as the police. Since I was born, covered in the same melanated target as those before me, I am guilty of sometimes feeling like a slave. Dangerously walking around without my freedom papers, afraid of the slave catchers that had since traded in their horses for horsepower, looking for a reason to add me to their plantation of graves. Brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying. With arms stretched high above your head as if this position created a Kevlar barrier between you and the barrel of his service weapon. That is probably controlled by itchy trigger finger attached to a hand that holds no regard for your life. The eyes on his chest will clearly reflect that unjustifiable homicide that will be punished with a paid leave or a light jail sentence. So for that reason alone, I am afraid. I'm afraid to be in a position reaching as high as I can to show you that I am not a threat, just to expose the center mass area that you are trained to shoot, grasping at the hope that I do not become a social media's version of an RIP t-shirt that we comfortably call a hashtag. Picket lines and picket signs don't punish me with brutality. But that seems to be the only way you choose to deal with what's supposed to be a peaceful protest. Your tools did change, but your tactics remained the same. You see, you went from fire hosers to tasers, wooden clubs to steel rods, ropes around the neck to bullets to the back, but you still have them same fucking dogs. And you have the audacity to tell me that I have nothing to fear if I'm doing nothing wrong, but in your eyes, I am already a two-time convicted felon with my charges being black and male. Man, on behalf of all the unjustly fallen, I proudly say, fuck you. I do have fear. But what I also have is the blood of warriors deep in my DNA that flows aggressively through my veins. I'm Andrea's oldest child. I'm her only son. A king by birthright and by name. So please be prepared when I decide to fight back. So consider this my line in the sand. So now tell me, what's going on?
Black don't crack. I'm lilac the way my seed takes bloom. Like when I walk in the room, you can tell my black been blessed since the womb. Baby, I'm a present. And this presence oozes beauty, so I feel it's my duty to show you that black don't crack if you don't smoke it. So that's also why we stay piped up. Showing you that it takes more than 4 quarters to break a buck, though many try. They act like history hasn't showed them that black don't crack if you don't smoke it. See, she's supposed to sit high. So when you pipe her down, be careful how you break her down, because you can quickly go from having a whole bomb to being left with bits and crumbs, crumbling our royal bloodlines. Yeah, you picked her because she fine. But then you up in smoke, leaving your seed behind to fester and toxic. Oh, she bopped it. Popped that coochie on a handstand. See, this woman pulled you into her locust flower only to devour your soul. But truth be told, you was thinking about a future, ready to make big plans and shit. And she was looking for some good. So when her body is calling, your line get hit, thinking if she keep letting me hit, the prize I'll eventually get, leaving you years entangled in that toxic shit. But remember, black don't crack if you don't smoke it. Choke it, beat it down with your words of choice. You see, everyone should have a voice, but the source is the derivative of hate disguised as love, subjecting the next because you grew up thinking that's how love's supposed to act. You see, they cracked that black way back, smoked it up in flames, leaving the world to be tarnished by its soot. Lessons aren't learned by throwing us a book or letting officers that kill us go without a second look. But remember, black don't crack if you don't smoke it. Provoke it, leaving our heritage full of cracks. Families no longer intact since the first whip crack. Y'all been trying to break a strong back, I mean black. That cold, not that easy to crack. It leaves wrinkles in the designs from generations back. But remember, black don't crack if you don't smoke it. And that's my piece.
Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Emancipation itself is easier said than done, especially when most of us don't realize we're bound, trapped in a loop of illogical assumptions, downloading bad information as if it's fact, regurgitating someone else's misrepresentation because we believe they're a representation of us. Confirmation bias leads us to feasting on lies. Indoctrination from day one forge what we believe are free thoughts. Want you out to sing these songs of freedom. Freedom is a mindset that many claim but few have. As long as we are willing participants in the social contract, how do we have the power or right to act, speak, or think as one wants without hindrance or restraint, handcuffed by an expectation of a polite society, fear losing status or livelihood? We tamper down our thoughts and feelings as we go along to get along. How do we claim we are not imprisoned in false narratives and enslaved to lies? Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Wail like Mr. Marley and find your voice. Seek the truth not being offered. Gather the resolve to stand on your own. Be willing to be in the cold without the protection of groupthink. Avoid the pitfalls of finding the esoteric niche of faux free thought. Through it all, get a personal understanding of what guides you, not what was instilled in you. Travel down hallways that look unfamiliar, enter chambers that do not echo, echo, echo. Immerse yourself in the action of self-discovery. Do not be complacent. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Whew. Some say it's just a part of it. We have to fulfill the book. Want you out to sing these songs of freedom, because only you can free your mind. And the elder has spoken.
They put up a sign today. It complemented existing marketing and had a good balance of color. The weight of the font was easy on the eye. Its layout was well thought out. It declared this space and all like it as safe. But the double take and re-examination of the whole of it prompted questions of if the words could even carry that weight. I mean, it is a bold statement, as if this plastic coated 14 by 16 cardstock could ever withstand the forced breath behind each smirk and scoff. It's not even a conversation starter. Because if I responded to the feigned surprise that something like this was needed, if I shifted its marketing wonder towards a preferred client who actually thought he had the right to put his hands on me, if I didn't pretend to not see the revealing shrug of management's credulity, my feedback outside workday would be scathing. But let's applaud this sign. Let's click through a slew of WBTs and mark this training as complete. Let's wave our green flags. I'd rather be drawn to the beacons of those whose souls are safe. I'd rather be that genuine support and come fully around that counter the next time someone inappropriately steps into another's space. Stop dropping your heads as if you don't see it. If understanding what's important goes beyond this work of fiction here, where individuals and incidents are either part of this poet's imagination or are used fictitiously, damage control wouldn't be this flimsy, essentially.
Dark, dank, musty, smelly, damp, scary. Do whatever they say because you have your mother again and you don't want to leave. Just be a good girl. Be a good girl, I remind myself over and over again. If I sit on the sideline, maybe they won't notice me. If I do everything right, maybe, just maybe, they'll forget that I am here. I can stay. I don't want to go. Please don't send me away. Mommy's at work and I'm home with my baby sister. Her father yells at me, "Go feed the baby. Go fix the bottle." She is crying uncontrollably. She is hungry. Feed the baby. Fix the bottle. Feed the baby. Heat the bottle. Feed the baby. Bottle is ready. Feed the baby. Baby cries. Formula burns the mouth of the baby. Feed the baby. Why did you hurt the baby? Feed the baby. I am only 6. I'm a baby myself. I don't know how to feed the baby. I am scared. He yells, "Go to the basement. You hurt the baby. Stay in the basement. Don't you dare cry or you will have something to cry about. I feed the baby. That is my crime. This is my punishment. This dark, dank, musty, smelly, damp, scary basement. All because I fed the baby. All because I wanted to be a good girl. I prayed that my mother doesn't send me away when she finds out I fed the baby, her most precious treasure. Please, can I stay? It was an accident. I didn't have to worry though, because he would let me out before she came home, threatening me to stay silent. I stayed quiet and sighed. I survived to stay another day. And that's the wisdom of Mama Donna.
So as sad as it is to see a beautiful story unfold, capture, captivate, and eventually come to a close, it is said, all good things must come to an end. So from humble beginnings of a single seed planted into a grove, we grew. Wild, strong, free, bold as the majesty of 1,000 oaks. On the borderline of a new millennium, we stood and leaped onto the bluff of a new, where we refused to be mesmerized and used by the romantic language of deception they seem to normalize. So we rebelled and lived as if defiance was not just our duty and due diligence, but the very breath we breathe, our oxygen. In the fields of agony and suppression of imagination, we burn the fires of freedom. Ignited with purpose, poured through the power of passion. So should there ever come a time when they ask, was it worth it? You look deep within the windows of their soul and let your words rattle the very foundation of their existence as you let them know. We were the substance of remembrance. The children of yesterday and builders of tomorrow's blessings. Courageously, we sat on the shoulders of time, traveling the bittersweet bends and turns that took us as we came face to face with the beautiful ugliness displayed in its distorted, dusty roads and signs. Alongside pain, we triumphantly fought a lifelong battle, desperately reaching to touch the hands of joy. From the many mistakes we made, we learned. We learned to swim the waters of life and lessons it taught us, bombarding and breaking down mental borders, gratefully striving just to be able to just be free to be. We marveled at the sight of miracles, and in the movement of mountains, we dared not tremble. We refused to remain frozen, so we walked against the wind. And as ignorance painted the wisdom of dreams and ambitions, we smiled in celebration, smiles that subsides the storms of all our cries. Listening to the poor soul of man sing songs so rich with life, I imagine even the heavens would beg for a chance to experience the fulfilling presence of our imperfection. We danced to the music, melodically played from the memories we molded through our maturity. In the face of fears, we defined our destiny. And in the essence of life's purposeful blessings, we dine at the table of our very own mortality. See, we drank from the cup of modesty while quenching the thirst of victory. And in the silent slice of today, we tasted 1,000 tomorrows. We lived life that dreamers could only dream. And life was beautiful. Frequency.
Ooh, that's my type of speed round, man. I love when they come through the corner and fire everybody ass up. Foul, foul, foul. It's a drive-by, bitch. Yeah! And y'all already know I'm too crunk. I done hit the wrong button already. They shouldn't have let me take that nap. We up, man. Turn up. We back to another week of Uncut Dopeness. And this week, man, P.P.C. presents the Small House of Poetry, a.k.a. The Shop. Man, this is one of my favorite collectives outside the drip, y'all, because anytime I enter their house, man, I tell you what, I feel right at home. And I'm sure everybody does as long as you respect their house rules, because that's what they told me when I first came in. You know, probably respect the rules, and then we good. And baby, it's been a go ever since then. If you're wondering where you can find them, man, go to the camp. Y'all already know they're going to be cooking in the kitchen or making a movie in the living room. And based on that speed round, y'all know they don't be humping around. We about to get lit tonight. If y'all new to the show, welcome to the dopest vibe I've ever had the pleasure of being a part of, man. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you know when we lit. And if you're P.P.C, thanks for always tapping in. Your support is everything, man. Y'all know we up like the sun. Like the best group on Facebook for tapping into another amazing vote. This week, the People Champ was definitely Beaner the baddest with the rewind, and my brother himself, MBK, Paul Cram with that amazing spotlight that y'all just saw, if I must say so myself. If you missed last week, what you waiting on, man? Go back, because y'all know we too lit to quit. Every week we coming new dopeness, and we dropping it right here every Wednesday. So please make sure that you tap in and subscribe, man. Y'all know I ain't gonna take too much time tonight. We're gonna go ahead and get this show on. Turned up. Y'all just seen this king on the speed round. I'm gonna bring him right back up. My first king is from West Africa. Maybe that's why his pen is so hot. His love for words started with proverbs, quotes, and music. That would lead him to pick up a pen and pad in hopes to be the next. What KRS referred to as the master of ceremonies, which he hopes to obtain. Let me go back. Which he will obtain. And he gonna do that through his poetry. As a survivor of the Liberian Civil War. Y'all know me and these words don't be mixing. But as a survivor of the war, y'all, this king right here has took it a personal battle and just living life on his own terms. Frequency feels that he's lived 3 lives over in just his small amount of 40 years. Through his trials and tribulations, he's been strengthened, enlightened, prepared, yet undefined by his past. As a member of the Small House of Poetry, Frequency welcomes the future with optimism and an open arms by humbly accepting and focusing on today with gratitude. And y'all already know, I tell y'all every show, make sure you wake up with gratitude. Yep, he already said something I like. And I'd like to thank him tonight, just with enough gratitude to bring him back on for the second time, showing P.P.C some love. Y'all help me welcome Frequency. What up, King?
What's going on? What's going on with you?
Man, everything is up, man. I done took that little nap, so I'm geeking a little bit, so I'm excited about tonight.
This was up.
I'm always excited to have raw, good talent, especially in a room like I really come to y'all rooms. I haven't been in lately, but I love Saturdays. I love what y'all do in the kitchen. I love coming to chill in the living room on Sundays at 7. Y'all hear me naming this stuff out because I know, because I'm actually in there. So it's an honor to have them to come on P.P.C and do a takeover. So how long have you been a part of the House of Poetry? The small house that's big, you know.
Small House of Poetry. I want to say 2 years. I want to say coming up on 2 years, maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
Man.
Well, congratulations.
No, maybe going on 3 years. My fault. Sorry. Yeah.
In other words, he ain't new to this. He true to this, baby. So he is what one of the people that make the small house so big. So I love that. As far as doing poetry itself, how long have you actually been out performing and, you know, showing the world your craft?
I haven't been out performing and doing this for long. I mean, I've always been, you know, a poet at heart. I've always been writing, but as far as this,
yeah.
Oh, this is new. Yeah, this is new to me. but it's always been a part of me. I've always seen myself on stage performing, whether speaking to people or performing. So it's one of those things where it's, you know, you finally meet what you were destined to be, what you're destined to do. So, you know, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Oh man, I definitely understand and I absolutely love that. I'm new to this too, but we definitely true to this. So with that being said, what's the first piece you getting into tonight for me, King?
It's crazy you use that word. I'm gonna just go into it. It speaks for itself.
Uh-oh, well let me get up out of here. I like when he speed rounding.
Let the essence of the image I was made in be magnified, reflected, and announced as each word pronounced denounces any and all that goes against it. King me. From the depths of self, bring out all that is best in me. Awaken me to the vibration, the wisdom, and understanding of all that I am completely. Let me be complete in the absence of all things, including she who completely gets me. Continue to bless me. With the breakable bond of a queen, I beg you, gently keep love in my arms with the strength to receive it, to secure it from harm, and I know to tend the world is mine. And home can then become less a place and more a sublime intertwined connection made from faith-enriched energy of both our beings combined. In essence, let the throne be hers and mine, a slice of earth called ours. Togetherness carved to share with offsprings we need like oxygen called heirs, the crowns of legacies and powers homes created to grow in time as we move side by side in unison. The promising harmony that is revered and finally revealed to the world is actually the true nature and definition of royalty. King me. Leave me decorated in loyalty. With the hunger that inspires me to be the best of me, empower me to activate the mindset that elevates me to the higher me. Let my coronation be a celebration and total acceptance of I self, the true crown in nature, the true wealth, realization of true self. So let me be free in my entirety, physically indeed, but more so spiritually, mentally. Enable me to achieve all I do, but especially do not believe. Let me be compassionately perceptive in how I navigate the landscape and reality I create, where the adequate love and respect for self is expressed and addressed in such excess it oozes and spills on to the next, but nonetheless, let me be equipped enough to cultivate the conviction it takes to carry out and correct my mistakes. Along with honor, arm me with the armor of humility that I may not take myself too seriously. Supply me with the resources of reason. Let me be seasoned, awakened to the majestic state of mentality meant for me. Let the man, my mother, my father, in their best and blessed dreams imagine I'd amount to be, come to be. But most importantly, let the essence of the image I was made in be magnified, reflected, and announced as each word pronounced denounces any and all that goes against it. King me. Frequency.
Bow, 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 bow. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Yeah.
I heard him. He said, King him. I be telling the kids that too when we be playing checkers. King me. I made it. Y'all already know we're going to keep the show rolling. I absolutely love the energy of that piece. And we got somebody in the room that I've been waiting to come on in the room. So my first queen has got her name out of necessity and a coping mechanism in elementary school after reading I Know Why the Cage Bird Sing, penned by Maya Angelou, and found her love of reading, writing, eventually public speaking and performing spoken word freestyle. After taking off to focus on family and then herself, she found herself tapping back in her pen, using her extensive vocabulary and passion to share poems at the request of the Clubhouse Poetry family, the small house of poetry, to make life and goals a reality. Love in the form plus advocating for the causes near and dear to her, the vein of her heart. This queen of poetry so rather off the dome or her key style, her phase for written work entitled In Real Time. She also has a joyous career of voice acting, emceeing, rapping, hosting, spanning on decades. Whenever poetry is in the core, you will find this queen right there, making her second round on P.P.C. Tonight, y'all help me welcome the one, the only Gina Storm. Yep, turn that camera on. You knew I was calling you. Yeah. What's going on?
I'm so excited. I am so thrilled to be here. It was a struggle. I want to thank my small house of poetry family for making this possible. You want me to go straight into my piece?
No, man, we're going to talk about it a little bit. Like, why you were late. You know what I'm talking about? What took you so long to get... Nah.
Life be lifing. A couple of weeks ago, I went to Best Buy and the geeks were trying to fix an issue with my telephone. And what I love about just Jay is Jay was like, Jenny, get that phone fixed. Jenny, get that phone fixed. Jenny, get that phone fixed. Jenny didn't get that phone fixed. Jenny got that phone tweaked. Okay. Tweaking and fixing are the same person. So every time I would try to come on to YouTube, I would either be a guest or my mom. So tonight at the link, I want to thank Wallace because he had the fortitude to text the link to my phone. So it came to my phone, not my mommy's, and that's how I'm here. So all I can say is I don't know what your people do, but my people got me, boo.
Hey, same thing over here. That's why P.P.C is working on our third season coming up in January. We can't do that without the team. The team is real. I just said a post the other day. I only wear the big hat because we can all fit in, baby. Believe that. You heard me. So I love my team. I love y'all for coming on here tonight, girl. That smile is everything.
I love it. This is something that I needed in my life. Like the reality is, we're a real family. Like if you could pick your actual siblings, if Mama Donna had given birth to me, this for me would be a time that I could still celebrate because she's going to be here too. You know what I'm saying? Her and Wallace, I love Wallace as my brother, even though when it comes to the sisterhoods, I'm one of the elders, the elder siblings.
Just say you got lineage. You got a little lineage.
Yeah. You know what I say? I've been blessed to be here for 54 years. I'm not taking anything away from anybody else, but what I do know is this: I was not expected to be here this long. When I got diagnosed with lupus when I was 27, they told me I had to 30 to live. I'm almost 55. I don't know who y'all serve, but my God said that he had me and he showed me that. So I'm just happy to be here because the people of God, the family that I love, the family I got to choose, not the people who share my DNA that I was stuck with. I love all of y'all. The small house family is everything for me. Like small house of poetry is the reason why I told myself, oh, I got to read my pieces. I can't just freestyle. But I'm going to give it to y'all off the dome today because I didn't even expect to get in. So the pieces that I had pulled up, they're on another device.
Hey, man, we ain't even got to explain. What needs to, certain stuff ain't even got to be explained because if they know the storm, then she gonna roll and blow through this thing, freestyling or pen. So with that being said, she just told y'all how much she's a blessing. So I ain't even got to say how blessed we ought to have her on the corner tonight. So let's get into the first piece. I ain't even going to ask her the name because she coming off the top of the dome. So let's just make her name up as she do. Let me see some names roll through the damn comments while this.
I'll let y'all decide. Y'all decide what it should be called.
That's what I'm talking about. Y'all wrote them names through the comments while the queen is speaking, and we might let her pen that piece. She might see that and be like, you know what? That works for me. So let me get on out of here because y'all know I'll take your ear off. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you why I was well this Wednesday. Because my mother, who had been in the bed for so many months, that there were things that happened in my town that she didn't see in first person. She may have seen a picture online. She may have read an article in the local newspaper. There may have been something that someone said or a post that she was tagged in that let her know where she was going to land and what she was going to see for that day. And I told her years ago, Mommy, I can't watch the news. None of it's good, and it depresses me too. But then when she finally started feeling better, I was wondering how she got to this place. And I'd always felt like I was so blessed, like I wasn't from this planet. Like my parents couldn't have been my parents, nor could they have given birth to me. I had to have come from some other celestial place, some other atmosphere, even some other galaxy. And it wasn't that I thought I was an alien. I just didn't seem to fit in. I've always been a square peg in a round world. So I'll just tell you about this woman who's my next of kin, my mother, mi madre, mama. She's always given me so much. She never stopped, and I always felt like even when she gave up on herself, then it was just my duty to pray twice as hard. She got up almost a month ago. She was drinking this mushroom coffee called Rise, RYZE. This is not a commercial, but I'll tell you what that did for me. See, she would be angry when she woke up in the morning because she went to sleep and was hoping that during the night, God would let her soul be something that he would take. I would wake up the next day an orphan, but she didn't think about that at the time. And now that she's back, all I can say is this little light of mine, the one that I got from my mother that I've always had, the strength that she gave me, even after I lost my grandfather, my godfather, my favorite uncle, and my dad. I'll be honest with you. Sometimes we don't even see what it is that our mommies give to us, and it's not just birth. It's life, you see. When they come back after they've been pushed down so low and didn't even understand how the next morning they could get up and go, they still say to themselves, I'm going to remain here and I'm blessed. She continued on, and I was living in this mode of cautionary loving from the sidelines, hoping that she wouldn't give up because she is that little light of mine. I needed her to come back, and I needed that extensively. I wanted her not just to be here and not be living for me. And today, when she was with her sisters, when they went shopping, she ran into my brother, and this cat was like, "Ooh, Mom, look at you." Not in a scooter or being pushed around the store in a wheelchair. See, she was pushing her own shopping cart, walking away from it, getting things off the shelves and coming back. And I'll be honest with you, I wish I'd have been there to see it. She said she wished she was wearing a body cam because the look on my brother's face was so stupid that she wanted to just let me know. That is because we serve the great I am, that we even understand and appreciate what it is for her to come back to my life. And if my brothers don't get on track, then that's on them, not on me, because I'm the only one of us who's single still. I don't have a husband. I call myself in between marriages. But if you have a spouse and she's keeping you from your mother, and that's the only parent that we have left, I don't know what to tell you. But what I do know is one thing for truth certain, two things for sure. My mama's a rock star, and she showed it today when she got outside and she let him go. She let him give her a chico kiss cheek. And then she said, "Nice to see you," and walked away. I said at that moment, if I'd have been there, my heart would have been weak because it was so many times in our life that he made himself look better than, or that he had something special that she needed to just be tuned into. I think that mom-son relationships sometimes are very deep and they're also harmful. So the thing that I loved that happened for my mother today was that she saw that my brother was on the outside looking in, and I ain't going nowhere. She's got me and I got her too. There was a time in my life when he would say terrible things about me, and my mom didn't take it into consideration. She always thought that that was just what siblings do. But the reality is, he thought he was better than me. And today, unfortunately for him, he was on the outside looking in. I'm Gina Storm. Thank you for indulging me. That's my piece.
Man, that piece just warmed up my whole inside. Got me thinking about Sunday morning grits and shit. Yeah, for real. Cause man, when it comes to your mama, boy, you only get one. And I know for sure when they gone, you miss more than a little bit, baby. So hold on while you can, man. That's a blessing on top of a blessing, bro. Let's keep this show rolling for she really had me all in my feels for real on this thing, man. My next queen is one that is respected by me off and on the calf. That's the clubhouse for everybody who not following what I've been saying all night. During COVID, y'all know we was all looking for something to keep us to escape reality and in the existence of what was going on at that time, showing us that it's never too old to learn something new. With only 2.5 years of writing under her belt, but a lifetime experiences to pull from, I'm not gonna tell y'all this queen age. I'm just gonna say she's the mother of a king that is a blessing to us tonight as well. And I'm definitely gonna say that this queen is fine as wine, because baby, it seems like she just keeps getting better with time. And tonight, y'all about to find out why it's really an honor to call her Mama Donna. Let's go. And it's her first time coming on P.P.C. So y'all know we up like the sun. Yo, queen. Uh-oh, that
Yo, you
thing
gonna have
broke.
me blessing in
I
here.
thought we
You
were
gonna have me
froze.
blessing in here, and you know that's hard for a black person. Don't do that.
Hey man, I love to make a one queen that's beautiful blush. You know, I had to watch my mouth, because that thing get a little outspoken sometimes. So let me go on and watch it. But no, to blush in here is a beautiful thing. So don't hold back. Don't hold back. Let me see them pretty white teeth.
I ain't gonna hold back. I just said, are you trying to make me blush with all the compliments? And it's kind of hard to make a black person blush. It's kind of hard to see that.
Well, it look good on you. It might be hard, but it's looking good. So, two
Okay.
and a half years under your belt, but a lifetime of experience to be able to tell people about how you stopping that pen right now. Because I know with it being new to you and so many life experiences, how do you narrow down what you want to write about right now?
Right now, for the first year, it was a lot of trauma, and I'm like, when is this going to stop? I'm sick of this. I'm tired of writing about this. And I tried to force it, but it wasn't, the pen has a way of doing what the hell it wants to do.
That part.
You got to write a nice piece and you're going to go write love. You're going to write, I ain't got nothing to write about that. So I wasn't. But right now, what I'm doing is I started a love, and it's hard because Jerry pushed me to it. He said, you could write a love piece. So I wrote one love piece. Now I'm getting ready to go into the 8th section of it.
Hey, let's go. That mean that pen really leaking. You can't go wrong with that. I mean, when I
I have
think
to put
about
it down
love,
for a few weeks. Yeah.
yeah, when I think about love is a hard subject for me to write about as well. But what I've learned is if I just write about my dang on self, I love me. I can write about me. So it kind of started with that right there. So it allows my pen to, leak and elaborate on the love that I have for me and then the love that I have for others that's in my life. So I appreciate you saying that. And I appreciate the fact that you teaching us and showing everybody, because I said I ain't going to tell her age, baby, but she looking good up
I
here.
ain't said my
Yeah.
age. I just turned 68 last month. I'm not
She
saying
think she
my
gonna
age.
tell her age for you, baby, and you can't see
I
now.
earned
Y'all
every
see that?
last one of those years. I earned every last one of them. I'm gonna sit up there and hold placard.
That's
68, 68. Oh yeah.
I love it, Queen. What I started my piece out with, because black don't crack if you don't smoke it. Look how good she looking at 68, baby. You cannot go wrong with that. That right? That right? You know what I mean? Big that up. So I absolutely love that. The fact that she's showing us all that no matter how old you are, you can pick up and do something new. She only 2.5 years into this, y'all, of 68 of them things. And she only two and a half years in. So before she finished, the book that she come out with, oh my God, it's gonna have so much knowledge in it, y'all. Y'all ain't gonna know what to do with
It's
yourselves.
scaring the heck out of me, but let's go.
That's what I'm talking about. So what's the first piece you giving us tonight, Mama?
It's from a prompt. This is more than a pen, and this is what I'm
Ooh,
gonna do.
let's
You
get it.
know,
'Cause yeah, she is more than a pen. She is more than a pen, and she is more than what she leaks. So let's go.
this is more than a pen. It's a window into the soul. It's a life reimagined. This is laying your innermost thoughts on paper. This is a declaration. This is risk taking, which can be a very scary venture. This is opening the door to criticism. This is laying your heart bare. This is more than your life you put on the line. This is more than a pen. It is an opportunity to correct people's impression of you. This pen has taken on a life of its own. This pen has become my lifeline. This pen allows the mind to run free. This pen allows. Let me reiterate, this is the most important part of this journey. This pen allows. This is more than a pen. It is a window into your innermost lived experiences. It is an opportunity to connect with others. This is more than a pen. It is freedom to unleash the creativity locked within. This pen allows you to tackle complex life questions. This pen allows you to answer with clarity. This pen allows you to unleash your pen against the word's atrocities. This pen is more than powerful. It has the ability to spark conversation. It allows others to see they are not alone. This pen is a beacon of light that guides you through the darkness. This is more than a pen. It is a magical instrument that has the ability to educate, illustrate, demonstrate, regulate, and to conversate in written form. This is more than a pen. It is a necessary extension of my love of the written word that has allowed me into a vast world of imagination. This is more than a pen. It is a symbol that is universal. It can unite or divide a nation. With the stroke of a pen, you can enact or strike down a law. Who would have thought this small cylindrical instrument has so many functions? This pen is an extension and manifestation of written word greatness. And that's the wisdom of Mama Donna.
What you looking in the mirror and saw me or something? Cause that piece was beautiful, miss. I meant beautiful, I meant beautiful, man. It definitely was. Just like the queen that just left this stage, man. I'm trying to tell you, cause this pen, what she just told you, do all things, man. It leaking all ways. And we're going to keep this show leaking tonight. Let me go ahead and bring my next queen on up here. And she's also making her first appearance on the corner. Y'all, we got some first timers in here tonight, and I am absolutely loving it, man. My next queen is a creative, author, writer, poet, visual producer, and recording artist. Much of her poetry is inspired by a dream and love, longing, and the comfort found in silence. Her work has often been described as bordering on the metaphysical, finding connections between seemingly dissimilar things. Dedicated connections and opportunities to collaborate is why she shares her work. And tonight, she on the corner to do just that. So y'all help me welcome, essentially, Johnny's. Let's go. Woo! Y'all tearing this thing down tonight, baby. I'm talking about, this is why I call y'all the small house that's huge. Because y'all pens is big, man. Y'all really be coming through. So I absolutely love this. So let's get into it. You didn't say how long you've actually been doing this thing called poetry. So how long have you been doing this?
Oh, I've been writing for forever. But the first piece that I recognize as a poem was when I was 16.
All right, so that still gives some years. So I got a couple questions, because we got to get into the book a little bit here too. So my first question would be the same thing that I ask anybody that has lineage on them. What advice would you give to an up and coming poet, spoken word artist, or whatever people consider themselves?
An up and coming poet. Stay true to yourself. Don't worry about what people are asking you to write. Write what you want to write. Write what's in your heart. Write what you need to talk about.
Yes, I love that. Now, let's get into the real deal. Holyfield, that we knocking people out with this book. Let's talk about the book, man. Let's get into it. Where can people, what's the name of the book first?
Defiance.
Defiance. Oh, I like that. I be defiant a lot. So, so I like that. So defiant. If y'all saw the beginning of the show, I ran it. Do you have a copy of the book by you so we can hold it up so the people can see it? It's better be in on reach now. Come on, let's big this book up, y'all. Where can you find the book? While you're pulling it out, where can the people find it?
You can find it on lulu.com, but it's also available in all major bookstores. But Defiance. Wait, here's my camera.
There it is right there. Y'all see that beautiful artwork, man. Defiance, y'all see right there. So let's talk about it. Is it corner prices? And she's still reading it, y'all, because y'all see she got a page pen. Y'all see that? When you reading your own stuff, then you know your stuff is good. You know what I'm saying? So I got some of my favorite people in the comments. Love y'all. What are they corner prices? And the corner price to me is anything less than a 7. For those who don't smoke, is it less than $35?
What? Say that again. You lost me.
What's the price of the book?
Oh, I don't remember.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, then, if she don't remember, then we know it ain't a meal. It ain't a meal because
Yeah,
everybody remember if they selling something for a meal or something high. You know what I'm talking about? That
no,
means,
it's reasonable though. It's definitely reasonable.
all right, so y'all know my saying. If you can go cop it, you can drop some knowledge in right here. If you can go, you can go, So y'all make sure that y'all tap in. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying thank you to Wallace because he pulled it up for me. It's
There
$19.99.
it is, man. You look at here.
The house.
We talking way less than a 7. We talking 3-5 price. We talking, you know what I'm talking about? And that's on the low end. We talking a whole dub out here, man. Make sure that y'all get on there and support the queen. We're gonna make sure that she drops the link in Poppy's Poetry Corner, which is the most famous group on Facebook that everybody loves to come in. And we're gonna make sure that she drops it in there so y'all can find the book and get out and support, and more support, yo. So are you reading from the book tonight by any chance? Okay. Well, either way, I'll be trying to get a little snig-ding. I get on the side, y'all. Don't worry about it. We're going to have to put up a video just for us on something out of the book. So what's the first piece you're giving us tonight?
The title of it is The Audacity of One's Tangible Property.
The audacity. I like that part. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't want to be here. Positioned slightly off center on this stage, visibly uncomfortable, knowing it's preferable for me to twirl now, display these varied, beautiful scars, breathe life into choreographed steps while ignoring those empty nods to resilience, those whisper prompts to thrive in spite of I miss my mark. At times, intentionally so, knowing my potential belongs to me alone. And when shared as intended with the beauty of free-spirited movement, we are then gifted with the audacity of once tangible property. Now, unsettled and being relegated again to a vessel of future worth. Still reflecting intrinsic value in spite of this need to synchronize us to corral us so as to breed, as God intended, right? We're all made in his image, but only half of us are in need of legislation. This progressive nation, so inherently regressive. I missed my mark. This time, aggressively so, knowing that my power belongs to me and me alone, essentially.
A bad black sheep, well, I'm blacknificent in this thing, just like that piece was.
Yeah, making her first ride on the corner, and she came through this thing and tore it down. Essentially, you heard me. Let's go ahead and keep this show rolling on, rolling, because I got another one of my favorite kings coming up. Y'all know how we do it. Last and definitely not least, man, my next king is a spoken word artist, poet, orator, and an actor. This has been active in performing arts since elementary school, frequently participating in stage plays at school, productions, church dramas, ministries, giving him extensive experience as a public speaker and as an activist and ordained reverend. Y'all better watch what y'all say. Y'all heard what I say. He ordained in this thing. He is an accomplished poet and spoken word artist with a submission published in Hartford LIT Anthology 2020 Visions and Reflections. The King's topics range from self-reflection to political, bringing light to the ills of the world and speaking truth in the powers in the hallmark of his work. He is a founding member of the Small House of Poetry, aka the Shop Poetry Collective. He is also a founding member of the Lost Tribe of Poets. And in 2023, he joined the Honey Drippers Poetry Collective, spearheading their gospel division, y'all. And I also consider this king right here. Not only was he one of my instructors when I joined the drip, but I consider this king right here a big brother in poetry. So y'all know we up like the sun always, man. Welcome him back. I don't know how many times he done been on P.P.C. So at this point, He just P.P.C. fam. So with that being said, man, y'all help me welcome the one, the only, the elder has spoken, if y'all know his saying. Yeah. Key. What my mutated? Hold up, let me get to that flyer.
Here we go. What's up?
Oh, because I was trying to get there. I was trying to get there. How you feeling tonight, King?
I'm good, yo. Right while you went to my bio, my computer just cut out. I just got back in right on time.
I'm glad it came in. I'm glad it came on back in. And knowing you, sir, you had something off the top of the dome that we ain't gonna stop you no way, man. So
I mean, I was like not in the room, like technically, because my computer just went all blank. I was like, wait a minute. Because I'm streaming here, but yeah, I'm ready. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me back after you tried to get me on for like a year plus.
I'm trying to tell you, man, we had football practice got in the way. This king do a lot of stuff for everybody who don't know. Not only is he pouring it in the community, but he's also reach one, teach one. He actually out here with these youths, and he actually out here putting his foot to the ground. So when he told me, hold up, I knew that our time was gonna come, baby. And when it came, he came back around. And then back around. And now I think we about on our third or fourth time he done came back around on the corner, baby. So with that being said, it's an honor and it's a blessing to have him on here tonight. Lineage, man, you got plenty of years that you've been doing this. Same question. What would you offer to an up-and-coming poet?
Try your hardest to find your voice, not emulate anybody else, not try and, because you see something that you like or hear something that you like, try and fit yourself in a box that you don't fit in. Everybody has their own marching orders for their pen. Their pen has to come out the way it needs to come out. So don't try and get caught up in doing stuff you like other people doing. Make sure your voice is authentic.
That part, man. In other words, be you 100% through. I love it. And y'all, he was one of my instructors. And when I tell y'all that they pushed our pens to the T, they pushed our pens. But what I loved is not only did he push my pen, but he made me research stuff. It wasn't like he was just giving us stuff. Nah. He was putting knowledge on top of the pen. And you can't go wrong with that right there. So with that being said, I already know, no ledge. We jumping tonight, baby. Knowledge, no ledge. What's the first piece you giving us tonight, King?
I'm gonna give y'all Go Home, Roger. I'm in my social justice bag today, so y'all gonna get these pieces.
Y'all know, y'all done heard them say, "Go home, Roger." I'm out.
All right. There used to be a sitcom named Sister Sister. It starred T and Tamara Mowry. There was a character named Roger, played by Marcus Houston. A common trope was for the twins to yell, "Go home, Roger!" I watched a montage of them yelling it, and it stuck with me. What's a home? A place where we settle down, a place to keep us safe. It protects us from the elements, keeps us safe from the predators of the furry and criminal kind. It's a place of solace, a place we have every right to defend. Go home, Roger. Go sit on your sofa. Go enjoy a cool beverage. Go relax and FaceTime your special lady. Go be the king of your castle. Go home, Roger. After his time serving this nation, Senior Airman Roger Foreman did just that. He went home. But like Botham and Brianna, him being home meant nothing. Because despite him minding his business, being melanated and moisturized, he did not know his last day was coming to an end. He had no idea that his solace would be broken, that death would come knocking. He didn't know that the first knock with the empty peephole was a Leo illogically hiding from sight. He didn't know that the second knock that was accompanied by the claim to be a sheriff was true. So wary of why an officer would be knocking and the questionable behavior after the first knock, he grabbed his pistol, ready to protect his home, his castle, to stand his ground on grounds that were his. But as he opened his door, pistol pointed down at his side, slightly tilted away from the door, offhand held up in peace. 6 shots rang out in rapid succession. No word spoken until he laid on the ground in his own blood, only the man that dropped the gun, which was already cast to the side. Now his killer is on paid leave, and the events that led up to his death are deemed justified. The images of his demise released, but not the name of his killer, because despite being home alone, minding his business, it is more important that the officer makes it home than him using the brain in his dome to assess the situation before sending an innocent man home in his own home. Breaking news, Deputy Eddie Duran was charged with 1 count of manslaughter, denied release home until trial. But before justice is served, let's get to go home. Go home, Roger. Rest in peace. May God carry you to a new home. Some glad morning when my life is over, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away. Oh, glory. I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. And the elder has spoken.
Ooh-wee, boy, you can't get no real power without the outlet. Thank you for being a source.
Yo, for real, that's what I'm talking about. You see how he came in here, flipped the piece, but dropped knowledge on your ass at the same time? That's about how class was, no cap. Y'all know we about to keep this show on rolling so we can get up out of here tonight. This has been an absolutely amazing show already. I hope y'all enjoying yourselves, because I am. I'm about to go ahead and bring my next guest back around here. Y'all know what it is. We're going to bring Free back up. Let's go, King. Frequency. Gonna unmutate yourself before I play my flyer. Unmutate. Yeah, what? Yeah, there we go. Let me get a mic check. 1 2 1 2.
Yo.
Yeah, we in there like swimwear. Sometimes it be tight. So what's the second piece you giving us tonight, King?
This is Defining My Voice, 1 word at a time.
Oh,
a prompt that was actually given by Wallace in the Small House of Poetry. So
well, let's go, man. I'm trying to tell you, reach one, teach one. He giving it to everybody. Let's go. What's the name of it again, King?
Defining My Voice, 1 word at a time.
1 word at a time. Let's spit it.
See my bare knuckle ox of a voice box with calls that knocks and breaks the locks of silence, allowing me to speak into existence exactly what I am. My voice is more than sound produced by chords. It is my view, my vision, perspective, ambition, passion, opinion, self-expression, uniquely developed style and identity, my personality, that thing that separates me from them, from you, making me who I am, where I stand, why I stand, how I stand, when I stand. My voice is my talk, my walk, the power of my presence, representation of my essence, the ripples of waters created by sounds poured from life's lessons existing in me, the makings of me, the man, the echoes of mental explosion seen and felt in the force of my conviction, my sentiments, principles, confidence, my being and attributes, what I contribute, the soil of my roots, my vibration, the structure, stature, the measure and nucleus of my caliber, the truth on which I not only stand but live, breathe, and speak. So trust, I define my voice 1 word at a time, and it all begins with thoughts. See, my thoughts conveyed like whispers in an eternal dialogue and process of information based on mental images, the sensations of emotions way before language and the formulation of what is spoken words. Distinct, meaningful elements of speech I expel, vernacular, the verbalization of my diction, the sound, the vocal, the chord, the pen, the tongue, the sword, written or spoken depiction with which I manifest action, motion of expression, fact or process, and act of progress. the doing, the executing, whether triumphant or tragic, we move. In fact, the manner in which we move continuously does become habits, repeated regular tendencies, learned, gathered, practice, code of conduct, antics, demeanor, nature, and building blocks of what is character, mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual's makeup, mystique, behavior, which does sets the stage for destiny. Destiny. The very events that will necessarily happen to a particular person based on thoughts they keep, which then turns to words they speak, creating actions they chosen to proceed with, leads to habits, which then becomes their character, the unfiltered, unmasked person fulfilling the story of self, the thread that sews the man, the needle, stitching the fabric of destiny. So if anything, I've learned to stop, think, and aim, to not just speak, but live impeccably to the best of my ability, because everything I was, everything I am, everything I will be, from the smallest of thoughts to the grandest of destinies, just me being me. Who I am is placed on the line, defining my voice, one word at a time. Frequency.
See, Keynote's gonna tell you I'm just her co-host. But coming from the host with the most, baby, that was fire. Just like that shit I be smoking. Let's go.
Jim, you ain't gotta tell nobody what I be smoking, but that piece was definitely fire. You already know what it is, man. We about to go ahead and keep this show on rolling, man. Let's go ahead and bring Mama Donna back up. Queen.
Girl, I got back here just in time.
Well, you know, I'm pulling y'all up as I see y'all. We done skipped Miss Storms twice now. You know what I'm saying? So don't worry. We go with the flow on the corner, baby. So I'm glad that you made it on back in the room. What's the second piece you're giving us tonight, Queen?
My piece turned to pieces inside this piece.
Whoa, I like that. That's a bar with, what's that? What they call that?
That was a prompt. That was a prompt.
It's a cut line already from the start. So let me get out. Let me cut out so we can get to it. Yo.
All right. My piece has turned to pieces inside this piece due to a painful memory. I was doing so well. I was looking to dredge up painful memories. How many bad memories do I hold? Will this ever end? I was feeling good. You could even say peaceful. I was facing a stressful situation. It's usually financial. I don't know if you have moments like I do. I seem to have a certain time within a year that my finances is challenged. I was working, but not my usual hours. This resulted in a cut in pay. This time, though, I was able to handle it. I let go and let God deal with it. This is the time I put on my full armor of God. I've been in this space before. It was brief. It was a brief interlude. I was rather proud about how I handled it. Then here comes a memory that shattered my peace and turned it into pieces within this piece. Why did that memory take me to this place of pain? I wanted my peace to be continuous. I don't think I'm unique in my thinking. Having moments of tranquility is such a unique feeling for me. I'm used to being on the edge. So to face my financial reckoning with a sense of peace was a major step in my healing. Letting go and letting God was major. I always have a tendency to take control. Although this has occurred, there's something different going on this time. The pain isn't allowed to settle within my soul. My pen is the release valve I needed. Thank you, God. I am forever grateful. And that is the wisdom of Mama Donna.
Man, that shit just blew through here like a lonely $20 bill on the way to a stripper to the pole. In other words, it mattered. Let's go.
It definitely mattered, man. I'm telling you, from the start to the finish, her piece inside her piece, but she kept her peace in the end, y'all. It didn't matter what happened. She was like, yo, I can handle this. I got this. Just like tonight, we handle this. We got this. So we finna keep this scrolling on, and bring somebody who is essential back up here. My niece, let's go. Queen. So we got Defiance. We're telling the people to go get Defiance on Lulu, and you can get it on any major place where you can buy you a book. Go check it out. It's only $1. And on top of that, what's the second piece you're giving us tonight?
The second piece is Shavasana, and it's another Wallace prompt. Go figure.
Like Wallace pushing pins around here.
Yeah.
Everybody pushing W tonight. We pushing
Hmm.
Wallace, the elder, whatever you want to call him. He go by many things, but tonight we just gonna call him the teacher, baby. Because tonight
Hmm.
we making sure everybody pen is up through there. So let me get up out of what's it called again?
Shavasana.
Shabbat. Yeah, some stuff. Yep, y'all already know I'm gone.
It's 5:45 a.m. Today, I am determined to complete this session. Its necessity has encouraged me with the promise of relief, the belief that a full bodied exhale will enliven me. My instructor spoke of preparedness for this, that the likelihood of a chill prompted some to bring a blanket, just in case. And I like the idea of this, that there's meaning in the intention to carry comfort with me. And I look forward to rewarding my growth and balance and measured breath, those pauses at the tops of each inhale. I've fought them less. I've come to believe that my placement in this space is best readjusted in Sukta, Matsyendrasana. And for a while, I would pause here, unable to move forward, and I was sure that it would keep me. But today, I brought comfort with me. I am encouraged by the nearness of relief, the belief that I'll release that which holds me. And when I do exhale, from my crown, through the tips of my fingers, down my calves, and through each soul, I'll know that I can rest in Shavasana.
Growing up, I learned a lot of my knowledge on the corner, and tonight ain't no different. Cause boy, you just spit that right there. That's what I call some knowledge right there. Talk about facts.
I can't even say the name of it, so I'm gonna go look up the name because I'm a teacher myself how to say shading the dink. We in there. Y'all already know we about to bring this thing back around, man. Go ahead and get Gina Storms to win through here before we close this show out with the one and only, the prompt master, the elder. You ready for me, Gina? Okay, then. You know I gotta see that camera turn on. I be turn on
Look,
them
I did.
lights.
I was like, let me get my whole dig together. She is calling my name. Can you hear me? I'm using my earpiece.
I can hear you just fine. You know what I'm saying? So if I can hear you,
I
then the
feel
world can
good.
hear you, and we ready to hear what you got to say. So what's the second piece you getting into tonight, Queen?
Um, I'll let again the audience decide what the title should be, but I will just give it to you as it comes to me.
All right, well
So
that sounds good because they didn't play along. I didn't see not one title be dropped in the dang on chat. I was looking too because I was sure gonna tell you that was the name of that piece.
we
But with
gonna
that
put them.
being
We gonna put them on task one more again. Let's
there it
go.
is. With that being said, y'all drop some titles up in this thing. Okay, King, I see you in here. I see you. Let's go, man. Y'all they dripping. They in the house. Let me get out of here.
All right. Let's go. So it's Wednesday. I don't know what your connection with the small house of poetry is on the clubhouse, but the shop is a great family. I'm so happy because every time I see myself in a situation where I wish that I was somewhere else, I know that I can go home. I can get all the poetry that's in my song, my arsenal, my notebook, on my telephone, wherever I have it currently. I can share that on the kitchen. I don't have to worry about no feedback. It's going to be less than 3 minutes. I'm going to be in and out like a robbery. I will by not be using any really offensive music. I'm sorry, lyrics, like my words. I choose carefully. I love to be in spaces where I feel safe. And sometimes, because October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, I feel some type of way. Like I get in my PPs and I don't know what to say. And I don't want to just go on and on about that, but I know for myself that it's a necessity for me to just recognize and appreciate the fact that if you know something, say something. And if you hear something, report it too, because paper trails sometimes is the difference between just having an order of protection or a mass funeral.
I've been so gifted the ability to give you poetry as it comes to me, and I appreciate everyone who indulges me whenever I something funny I like to speak about. Today, I was thinking about my second mom. She has survived cancer twice. She's an inspiration to me in reality. People look up to celebrities, and I don't. I look in my own space. These women around me are amazing, and everything they do makes me a better me. The small house of poetry is my family that I got to pick. Small house, small house, small house, because we're all praying for Timothy as he's in the wake of a hurricane that apparently doesn't care anything about poetry. But we're here. We love each other and this gift that we have. I'm so glad to be with all of y'all tonight. You made me cry, introspective, and also laugh. So the wonderful thing about family is we love each other every single day, and we had the opportunity to be together. So all I can say, Puppy, thank you for having us. And this is one more game for me. I did have an opportunity to read something that I wrote previously to allow me to be me. And this is the whole thing about poetry. We're community. Let's go.
Loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, loving the small house is definitely easy because they beautiful, baby. Y'all heard her big her family up. It's her pack. And it's my pack too, because some of the people in there, come here. Yeah, gotta love it. Y'all know what time it is, man. We're gonna go on and close this show out. Before we do, I got a couple of announcements. And I do mean a couple. Make sure that you check out the shop, Small House of Poetry, every Saturday at 2 o'clock. They doing straight kitchen where they cooking and making stuff hot. That means you don't say a name, you don't do nothing. It's speed round for a whole hour, hour and a half, and they go back to back. And when I tell y'all I be in there lit with them, it's lit. And then on Sunday at 7, y'all can catch them in the living room making a movie. But also on Sunday, y'all already know what it is, man. Y'all better catch my brother Tap In on the Louisiana Lyricist Lounge, man. That's MBK. That's Mr. Paul Cram himself and Immuna J. They on every Sunday at 8 o'clock, if I'm correct, because he changed the time on me. I think he made it earlier because he knew I go to bed early every night other than Wednesday. So he made it a little bit earlier for the people. So y'all make sure that y'all tap in and like the comments up, man. It's an amazing show, and we trying to get that thing pumping. And if you're on the cafeteria, make sure that you tap in with the shop. And with that being said, get your ass out there and vote, man. It's up. The Elder. Let's go.
Hey.
You ready to close us out tonight, King?
No doubt.
All right, well, what's the piece?
No Mercy for Marcellus. On September 24th, the state of Missouri killed an innocent man. We're going to talk about it.
All right, well, let's get to it, man. No knowledge, man. Let's go. I'm out.
We often heard tell of a blind justice that only sees just us. We are on the precipice of an urban myth meeting a merciless end in the name of Marcellus. Mr. Williams, a victim of crooked justice and corruption. Indisputable evidence of his innocence can't change his sentence. A governor bloodthirsty and hell-bent on his miscarriage of justice. DNA must mean do not assist or does not apply because his salvation was supposed to be in the evidence. It's evident it's been deemed irrelevant that the DNA came from an unknown male, the one to assail Felicia Gale. It's been said, if the shoe fits, wear it. But in this case, the bloody footprints were steps Marcellus never made. It wasn't his hand on her shoulders. He never gripped the knife that took her life. So the state of Missouri should not have taken his. The system failed him in his basic tenet without reasonable doubt. Let's be clear. Marcellus wasn't a saint. He was convicted of other crimes, but there's a leap from burglary to murder. Hearsay is only welcome when it helps the DA locked away already for 2 dimes worth of time. Reward money, a good incentive to say someone else confessed to the crime. In America, the scenario plays out time after time after time. No mercy for Marcellus because he lacks the complexion for protection, and the history of his misdeeds lends him no benefit of the doubt, leading Marcellus Williams to be a problematic poster child against the death penalty. There are 120,000 reasons to never allow death to be the punishment, as 6% of all convictions are wrongful. Arguing the moral merits of this martyr is compartmentalized justification to assuage a guilty spirit. Truth be told, one person killed erroneously is too many. which is why my heart is heavy. Time to join this fight for reform, because policy and procedure, a terrible reason to allow someone to die. 58% of exonerated cases are blacks, so my people need easier paths to right the wrongs perpetrated on them. So I'll take a page out of Marcellus' last words. All praise be to Allah in every situation, and I'll thank my God for a new purpose. And the elder has spoken.
Oh man, I see y'all trying to have me in my feels tonight.
Yo, no cap. The reason that he can still talk about that stuff because it's still relevant in our lives today. And the fact that he probably wrote those pieces, I don't know how long ago, but the fact that this story continues to go on and on and on means that we have to make a change. Hence why I go back to get your behind out there and vote, man. We need y'all too. We need y'all too for my grandkids, for your grandkids, just for our future to still exist before we be caught in the whatever that 28, 25, whatever he calling it. Man, get out there and vote, man. I know we got the lesser of two evils, but we got to pick one, so let's do it. Y'all already know this show has been absolutely amazing tonight, just like any other night. Y'all know my saying. Make sure you wake up with gratitude so it shows in your attitude so you can reach those major altitudes. And we out. Seriously, we out.
Yeah, man, so we made it to the end of another tremendously dope show. Y'all already know Key-notez gonna be thanking y'all tomorrow with her little foo-foo praise dance. Y'all know that's what she praised everybody for tapping on in. You know, I go to church too. Like, hey, man, we made it through another show, man, and I like to thank my damn self for being the host with the most, the mother sucker that I am. Yeah, you heard it. I was a bad mother sucker, and I'm out. Let's